hospital. So we're going to hospital tomorrow.
Beans.
88 na Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqy, and if you're new to this channel, karibu. So guys, thank you so much for the support that we've been getting on my videos. I do not take it for granted. I just thank God that on this journey I'm able to share my journey with you. I'm able to inspire one person at a time, and I'm able to share my story, because not everyone shares such stories, you know. Not everyone shares their journey. Some people prefer to keep such things private. In this season of my premature baby, who's now 36 weeks, he actually turned 36 weeks to today's Saturday, so he turned on Thursday. And I'm just so grateful, and knowing that right now I would still be pregnant is so like, it's so funny. Anyway, so as by the title, we're going to hospital. So we're going to hospital tomorrow. We're going back to Kijabe hospital because my son has been having problems with his stomach. And finally, I'm trusting my, not finally, because I've been trusting my instincts anyway, ever since last week. So it started last week. I don't know if I had mentioned that there's a time that he had vomited. So he vomited twice when he was still in the nursery. The first time he vomited very like whitish, so probably it's because he had not burped. And then the next time we find he vomited green vomit. And the green vomit, we thought that it was because of the NG tube, which is now the tube that it was connected to, would take milk to the stomach from the nose. And when I called the nurse to come and check it out, because even he was crying and everything, the nurse told me that the tube is supposed to only stay there for 3 days. When it goes beyond 3 days, it is not good for the stomach because it is not sterile. Number two, I was told that it is, if he was removing, he would like go and pull it out, and sometimes even when you're taking it back to the stomach, it would when it's not placed nicely, when he pulls it and it is not placed nicely, it may go to the lungs and it might affect his lungs, and you know what can happen. So I listened, and I told now the nurse about the green vomit, and we changed the tube, and he was changed the tube. And from then I knew that the tube needs to be changed after every 3 days, and actually it was being changed after 2 days because he kept like getting it out. So I even had to ask for cell tape to put it here, all until here, so that at least kuitoanishe. Anyway, that is last week. He never vomited again. We moved to KMC we moved to KMC for that whole time, and he never vomited again. But I think he vomited only once, and it's because I had overfed him, and now I put him inside, and that was it. So since last week, since we started using NAN and on the multivitamins, he started having pain. He started like struggling to go to poop, and he would take long hours to, like, he would stay the whole day without pooping, and then goes to have his stool at night. And when he does, it was loose stool, yellow in color, and he was actually in pain when he goes to poop. So that time I was like, he was going to poop all this time, and there is no time nilikuwa nampatanga akilia. And even the time that I would go to feed him, I would every time change the diaper because he had pooped. But this time we moved to KMC, started taking the NAN with the formula with breast milk, and now the multivitamin. And then he started now not going to the toilet like every so often. So I raised it up with the nurse, and I told the nurse, hey, by the way, I've noticed he's been really crying a lot. He's been really crying, and it's when he's pooping only, and and it's not, and he ain't chose sana. Like every time I would go to change his diaper, it's just urine peke yake. It's just short call. Anyway, so this went on for the whole of last week, and it's actually this week, and since Monday, and it has not stopped. We've come home, we are already home, the same thing is happening. Now even my husband is noticing that this guy is only crying when he's having long call. So we've realized since tukuje, there is something that is happening, and it's happening only once, and naenda cho only once a day, which is very alarming, because I feel like he should be going to the toilet very so often, and see that he's not feeding. So the good thing is that he's not vomiting, he's feeding well, but he's also now crying when he goes to the toilet. Something else that I realized is that his stomach is really hard, and we assumed it's gas. I stopped eating anything that has gas. We decided I think yesterday, we decided we were going to stay off naan and see if maybe that's the reason why he's crying when he goes to the long call. But we've realized that nothing has changed. He pooped also after one day, like he pooped today at around 12. Since yesterday mchana, that was the last time he pooped again. So it's like in 24 hours he goes to the toilet once. So anyway, nikaona by then I need to start trust my instincts. So I was like, the next clinic is Thursday next week. That is like 5 days from now, and I'm like, will I wait for him for 5 days to feel the same pain over each and every day for me to eat until time nitampeleka clinic? So nikadecide, let me just text one of the doctors that I had the number, nimtext nimwambia this and this is what happening. So that's what I did. Nika text one of them and akaniambia akaniuliza if he's vomiting. I said no, and then akasema we need to go back to hospital tomorrow so that he can get checked for obstruction, if maybe he has any, so that he can get an x-ray to check for obstruction, to rule out obstruction. And when I went to ChatGPT to now check the meaning of obstruction, it was when like gas is trapped inside the stomach, or when sometimes even when the first poop that is supposed to come when he's born maybe traps the rest of the anyway, it's a whole lot of science which I don't want to bring over here. So the challenging part is that we have to go back to Kijabe. It's so far from here, and the only person who can take us there is Dad. We can't go with an Uber there. It's so expensive to go with Uber, and we need to go very early, and your place inakuwa na watu wengi, so we need to go very early. And yeah, so we had planned that. So the clinic was supposed to go on Tuesday in Kijabe, now the main hospital, but we had decided since it's so far, we were going to now go to see a pediatrician in Kijabe, now Westlands, on Thursday. So that was the plan. So now you can imagine, now we are going to go to hospital tomorrow on Sunday. Now 2 days before the clinic, we actually, like, we were avoiding to go to Kijabe, and now we have to go tomorrow, so that at least when he goes and he gets done the x-ray, everything will work out. Because honestly, I don't want to, the same as this time that I went to that I gave birth to him, I don't want to just assume things and then they end up being like, I'd rather we go get checked, akwe tu ako sawa, than just assuming and not trusting my instincts. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow, and I'm going to take you with us. So the reason why I'm sharing this journey is because I've realized not many people talk about this premature baby things journey. I've looked for channels that have talked about all this, and I've realized that not many channels talk about this, and most of them, they are ni za wazungu, and most, even in Kenya, it's just news like from NTV and Citizen, and even hospitals giving their views on premature babies, but they don't actually, there's no one who has shared their story, especially when a content creator sharing their story about their child being premature, maybe as a story, but not like their journey. So for me, I really wanted to share, because I know so many people go through this, like the moms that I met in Kijabe, honestly, who have premature babies, who were born even at 26 weeks, and they moved from being in an incubator to moving to the nursery to moving to KMC, and actually going home is actually a blessing, and not many people are able to give their stories. So I hope that one day I'm going to be able to share, to have maybe one of the moms, we talk about now the premature age and how it was, how challenging it was, and their story, because I feel many people need to talk about this. Like, it has not been normalized. Like, for me, I knew that I can have premature labor, but I never got to think about having a premature baby and how it would affect me physically and emotionally and everything. So anyway, on the good side is that my dad had come actually like 1 hour ago, and he had come with my sister and my niece, and my niece now is from the States, and she had come to say hi to me. So at least I've had the opportunity to go and talk to my dad and told him like tomorrow we need to go to hospital, and he has agreed to take us. So we're going to go early in the morning at 6:30. He needs to be here early at 6:30. So yeah, so our bedroom has been the hospital. So if you want to come and do anything with the baby, the baby will come and do it here. So even right now I'm just from pumping, and this is the amount of milk that tunatoa from just one boob. This is like 30 ml. So I was breastfeeding on one boob, and the other one I was doing this. So, and also this is like therapy to me when I share my journey, because one day nataka kurudi nyuma nione the things that I've been through, and even for my son to see all the things that I have been through when he was younger, because yeah. So yeah, let me show you the food, what I'm having for dinner, and then we're going to catch up now tomorrow when you're on our way to Kijabe. So this is what we are having, rice and dengu. So najua ziko na gas, but nitakula tu. Sasa what I can't sisi kanja. Sasa nimebeba na baby wrap. Gotten here. Okay, tutakula di breakfast. Nasikia njaa naumwa na kichwa. But here we are. Una baridi. Oye sana huku. So yeah, uzuri hakuna watu. Imagine hakuna watu. Tumefika saa hizi ni 8 around 8:12. So we're waiting for the nurse, and then tuitoe watu wa pediatrician. So I'm now breastfeeding as we look at the vitals. So oxygen saizi nasema 88 na nyingine hiyo 162 ni nini 162, which is I think normal. So ndio walisema iko sawa nini. Yeah, so oxygen ndio iko na shida, and in the morning we had noticed that his legs and hands were blue. So but nimeambia that is, so nimeangalia kwa ChatGPT na niambia it could be oxygen. So I'm really glad we've come to the hospital, honestly. But at least saizi miguu yake na mikono imerudi normal. So yeah, hopefully things go well. So moms, please trust your instincts. So for me, nimeambiwa kila kitu iko sawa, but I feel like there's something wrong. So wameita mtu na amekuja kumwangalia, and actually ameona that the stool is actually hard. So he had kumaanisha something uko nyuma. Amelia, but I'm glad amenyamaza now that the dad is talking to him. But everything else is okay. The oxygen levels are back to normal. But iko 89, 90. Ndio alikuwa analia. Yeah. I'm sorry. So it could also be the nun that I'm giving him. Anyway, let's end a consult and then atuambie. So guys, tumemaliziwa. Everything is okay. So we're going back home, and we're supposed to come here back on Tuesday for clinic, but that is kama tutaweza kukuja, but tunaweza tukuja because it could be the pregnant that is making him having some of the discomfort. So yeah, we should just continue giving it to him and wait until Tuesday so that we can talk to the nutritionist and get to know if everything else is okay. So yeah, I just thank God that the oxygen levels are back, because those are some of the things that would have made us to back hosi tukulale. I just thank God we are okay. So yeah, let me go and have some tea and chapati. Nakwambia hii background zinakaa poa.